How much fun are you still having doing this?
Well, I still enjoy it very much. It's been part of my life for so long.
Right.
You know, having played football at Forest Hills, having coached now, going into my 41st season as the head coach, it's exciting. And I still get excited, and I still get butterflies in my stomach on Friday nights or Saturday whenever we play. So as long as I keep doing that, I'll keep doing it.
Why do you think you still are able to get those emotions, those butterflies, if you will?
I don't know, maybe it's because of the love of the game, that maybe some things are still unfulfilled. I'm not sure. I don't have an answer for that. As long as I know I keep getting them and I keep getting excited, I'll continue to do so. And when that ends, then I'll know it's time to walk away.
How much, you mentioned the love of the game, how much do you love the potential that this year's team has?
Well, we have potential. We have an awful lot of unanswered questions.
Sure.
And we had so many injuries last year, and some of those kids are coming back, but they lost a year of experience, and that's going to be a factor. How quickly they can adjust and pick up the things that we're trying to do will probably depend a lot on how successful we may be.
Well, I mean, I guess there's two ways of looking at it. There's the glass half empty, which is, I'm not sure how these guys are going to adapt, versus the glass half full. Hey, we're still able to accomplish making it to the second round of the postseason, even with this extraordinary amount of injury. How are you looking at it?
Well, I'm looking for it being half full. I think that with the injuries, we had a lot of kids that got experience that wouldn't necessarily have gotten that experience last year. So they had an opportunity to play. So I think that will be a plus factor when we start this season.
What about this year's team? If you mentioned that potential that they have, where does that potential, where on the football field does that potential kind of manifest the most?
Well, I think offensively we had a pretty good football team last year, and you know it starts with Joe Donahue at quarterback, and then when we made the switch with Sharif Blau from wide receiver to tailback, it made a big difference in our offense. Now Sharif will be used in different ways this year as a tailback and as a wide receiver, and we have some players coming back that were injured last year that will make a big contribution to our offense. But we've got to improve our defense if we're going to be any better than we were last year.
One thing I remember about last year's team is that it was very small up front. Do you still have that potential issue arising?
We won't be as small, but we still won't be very big.
Okay.
So, you know, we one player you can see over there was number 77. He got hurt in the first play of the third game and was out for the whole year. So he was our best offensive and defensive lineman last year, so we lost him. And we had a freshman tackle that now, instead of weighing 215, weighs 240. So, you know, things will be a little bit better for us. And again, we have some kids coming back. There was a sophomore that was hurt, didn't play all season last year, and he weighs about 230, 235, so he'll help. And we line up with those 170, 180-pound guards, hopefully.